In this video, we'll flip the switch using asynchronous I/O. We'll see how Python lets your application handle thousands of concurrent queries without breaking a sweat. Before jumping into code, let's look at what makes async database access different. Look at the picture. First, app request, wait for DB response, process data in synchronous flow. In asynchronous flow, app request, delegate to event loop, server next request. When you use standard drivers like SQLite 3 or scop2, your program blocks during I/O operations. To unlock non-blocking behavior, you need an async native driver designed to integer directly with Python's async I/O event loop. Here are a few popular industry choices depending on your stack. SQLite, aiosqlite, great for lightweight apps, local dev, embedded systems. PostgreSQL, async PG, blazing fast, built specifically for async I/O. MySQL, MySQL, MongoDB Mother. For our practical showcase today, we're going to build a micro-logging system using aiosqlite. It requires 0 external database servers to set up, letting us focus entirely on the asynchronous pattern. Let's dive straight into VS Code. Make sure you have aiosqlite installed. Pip install aiosqlite. Instead of putting all our logic in one giant function, we're going to build modular concurrents for databases initialization, batches insertion, and non-blocking query. We'll start by defining an async context manager to handle our schema initialization safely. Look at the code. Excuse me. Execute database. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. Next, let's write a function that simulates inserting system metrics asynchronously. Excuse me. When querying data, we don't always want to pull millions of raw into memory at once. aiosqlite allows us to stream results raw by raw using async for. Look at the code. Stream raws efficiently using an asynchronous cursor context. Now comes the fun part. What happens when multiple servers try to write the database at the exact same time? Using asyncio.gather, we can fire off multiple asynchronous database operations concurrently, allowing Python event loop to interleave the I/O waiting time. Look at the code. Initialize schema. Simulate 4 concurrent service logs running at once. Read back analytics. And run async.io. Let's run. First, install aiosqlite. I forget to install. Wait for install. Install it. Then run. Excuse me. And okay. Let's do quick recap of what makes this pattern so powerful in production. Always use context managers. Async with connection leaks are real. Wrapping your connections and cursor inside async with blocks guarantees clean up even if an exception occurs mid-query. Parameterization queries. Notice how we passed tuple like service duration instead of using string formatting. Always parameterize your inputs to avoid SQL injection attacks. Use connection pools in production. For heavy in enterprise database like Postgres, opening a new connection per request creates overhead. Look into pooling library like async pg.create pool to keep connection warm and ready. That's it for today. non-blocking database operation with Python. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment which database driver are you using in your current project. Until next time, keep your loops fast and your code non-blocking. Happy coding!